Where have you got them from?
What does that mean to you, Martin?
No way, that's mad, that. Have you got hold of them, seriously?
Welcome to another edition of 3 Rounds of Gifts by a guy called Henry, the interview show where you get to find out a little more about the person behind the fighter. I'm Henry, and today I'm here with a man whose name can be heard being sung from the streets of St Helens to the Strip of Malia. He's had 4 stints in prison and 4 world title shots. He's a sinner and he's a saint. It's Martin Murray. Martin, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks mate, you?
Excellent, I'm very well, thank you. Glad I got through that. So we've got 3 rounds of gifts, we've got some quotes and we've got some stories.
All right, let's go.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
Excellent, okay. I've got a quote here to open it up. The strict rule was never to steal from anyone on our estate in Fingerpost St Helens. Nobody would rob off each other, nobody would grass on their own, and everyone looked after each other. Can you talk to me a bit about childhood and reflect on that quote?
Yeah, obviously from just a normal council estate in St Helens. Times were hard. You used to do whatever you could to make money. But we that was us as kids, we was learning off, you know, our peers, like people on the estate. And they were just the rules. You know, you did what you could to make money, but you never pinched off your own. You certainly didn't grass. My kids now, they've got a different life than I growing up, but I kind of still say the same things to you, don't I, Match? All the time. They've got to look after each other and certainly don't grass on each other.
Yeah. Would you say it was a happy childhood?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Times were hard, but you had a great upbringing, some good memories, and you know the memories we've got as kids growing up, and all times change. A lot of them don't have it now. Like the kids in our estate, like my kids, they're missing, even though they're a lot better off, they're missing out in other things. But yeah, I had a great childhood, great memories growing up, still friends with a lot of kids, a lot of lads off the estate who we grew up with. And yeah, there was happy times.
Talk to me about what a £20 note has to do with a sock.
£20 note and a sock?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, that'll be my dad, that one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, just I remember my dad was in jail. My dad was in jail.
Yeah. How old were you at this point, would you say?
I don't, you know what, thinking back, I must have been about 7.
Yeah.
I'd say. I don't know. I've checked with my mum, so I reckon I was about 7. And obviously, you could deal with currency then in jail as a cash. So we went to see my dad, and my mum gave me £20 I had to sneak under the table when we went in to see my dad. I had to sneak under the table, and with this £20 which I'd already had folded up, and sneak it inside my dad's sock on the visit, just for getting him a few extra quid in there. So yeah, I think my mum chose me because I don't know, I was cheeky enough to kind of pull it off, you know what I mean? But yeah,
from what I understand though, you weren't like clear on what was happening. You sort of found it, you didn't really know what prison was, and you sort of thought it was a game. And
yeah, well, obviously we didn't know. I think, what did my mum tell us now? I think she told us that he was working away, I think. Gardening. Yeah. I think it was that. And I remember driving past on the motorway, and he had all these like big garden dome things like. And for years growing up, I used to think that my dad worked at these on these motorway gardens. Yeah, but that's what she told us. So she didn't tell us we was going to see him. He was in jail. Yeah, just told us that he was working away.
Are you ready for the first gift?
Yeah.
Right. So this is gift number 1.
Right.
Goes my bag of tricks. So for gift number 1, I have a packet of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards. There for you, unopened, that I've managed to source.
Where have you got them from?
What does that mean to you, Martin?
No way, that's mad, that. Have you got hold of them, seriously?
The internet's a magical place.
Yeah.
Do you recognise the packaging and all that?
Yeah, I do now. Yeah. Okay, that's madness, that.
Yeah.
Them to me again, it did just remind me of good times throughout my childhood. Bang into collecting these as a kid. Same with other football things. And I remember once my dad got a bit lucky on a job, so to speak.
A job, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember him.
A gardening job, yeah?
Yeah, a gardening job. And I remember him waking me up in the morning. He come in early hours in the morning, and he woke me up and he had like boxes and boxes of them for me. I just remember him as a kid just opening them up like after o'clock in the morning, just going through them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, can you open them?
Yeah, of course, go for it. Do you want to open it now? See what we've got?
Yeah, it's mad. Just we've got the courage of April.
So who's that? Courage of
April O'Neil.
Right, so remember, was she getting with the turtles though?
I think she
'Cause
was.
it's a bit weird, isn't it, when you
Yeah, it
think
was a little
about
bit strange.
Because that's like a bit of an ambiguous area.
She was a reporter, wasn't she?
She was a reporter who fancied the turtles.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so she was strange.
That was just a normal one. Until next crime.
Yeah. It's quite fitting, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, just all different cards.
Yeah.
The Madness. That film must be about 30 years old now, isn't it?
Mad.
God, yeah. Mad that though, seeing them. Brought back fond memories there.
Excellent. And Martin, you love a Brucey bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, of course I do, yeah.
Yeah,
We all like
and,
a Brucey, don't we?
That was something that happened early on in childhood, selling confectionery in the playground.
Yeah, I was only on about this the other day. I've always been into like selling, buying and selling.
Buying and selling?
Yeah, I've always been into it. And yeah, I got a shop going in school, so it was stupid really. What happened was my mum bought this shop, it's still going now, it's Thrifties in St Helens in Fingerpost. And my mum bought my dad this packet of, there was like 3 hobnob biscuits, yeah, just in a packet. And you bought 3 for 50p.
Right.
And she brought to my dad for work. And he was proper working, then it was like a proper job for his packed lunch. And then I took one to school one day and someone was like, I'll give you 50p for them. Obviously, I started thinking, it's 50p for free, I'm going to start selling these. So I brought a few in the next day. Yeah. They went like that. And then it literally got to the stage where I was going to school every day with a rucksack and it got that heavy. The thing on it actually snapped, the strap on it snapped. I had everything in there, bottles of pop, Chewits, crisp, cookies, loads of toffees. I just had everything. So yeah, I ended up with my own shopping school, and it got to the stage where some of the teachers was even buying stuff off me. As well.
That's brilliant.
I used to love it on a Friday because like it was end of week on a Friday, so anything that I didn't sell, used to open up for all classroom, past 2 lessons. Yeah. We used to have a big feast.
Brilliant, good times.
The kids these days, they don't know they're born, do they?
That's what I was going to say to you next, they don't know they're born. So would you say at that age you didn't know you were born?
Oh no, I knew I was born.
You knew you were born?
Yeah, oh God, I knew I was born. But the kids these days, they don't know they're born.
I knew I was born. You've had a couple of fights under the promotional banner of Matchroom in your career.
Yeah.
Now Matchroom are a sports company known for sort of alternative sports. They have things like the darts, they have the boxing. Another thing they have is the professional fishing. Now, would you say that if you hadn't made it as a boxer, you might have ended up as a pro fisherman on a Matchroom's?
I wouldn't say pro, but I wasn't a bad fisher.
Yeah.
Bang into it as a kid, yeah.
And as I understand, it was the theft of your equipment that ended your fishing
finished
career.
my career, yeah.
Ended your fishing
Finished
career.
my career, yeah, it did. I was had everything. I used to work on a car boot sale on a Sunday in St Helens. It's still going car boot now, but I used to work for a fella selling fishing tackle.
Really?
Yeah, so I could get free gear off him, but
That's
I was bang into fishing. And then one day our shed got robbed on the estate, took all my gear, and it was over.
And do you remember when you tried to teach Danny how to fish, your brother?
Oh, mate, honestly.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, the one with the hook and the worm up my nose.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, he wanted to come fishing with me, so I took him down fishing. And you can't go on it now, but on the Lennons, like a little canal in St Helens, there used to be a bank and you could go on, the water's up now so you can't go on it. And was just sat on my box and I was showing him what to do. Obviously put a worm on an hook and all that. And I was he was casting out and I'd walk behind him as he was casting out, yeah. But he just didn't get what he was doing and he literally brought the rod back, cast it out. But I was behind him, the hook caught me up in my nose with a worm and all up. Honestly, it was literally stuck here, all over me. So yeah, he didn't take it too well, with Danny, but forgot all about that then.
You started boxing around the age of 7.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about Chizzy.
Right, yeah.
And the importance of Chizzy to your boxing career and you getting started.
Yeah, Johnny was a legend. A lot of the kids growing up, you know, who were from them type of gyms, a lot of gyms are the same, to be honest, your boxing gyms, but they'll all tell you they had that old school fella. And that's what John was. But John was very passionate about getting kids off the estate, making them do something with their lives. And he was just committed to it. He was. And at times he took things a little bit too far, but he was just a mad character. But he was, he used to obviously come round, pick us up every day.
Chuck you all in the van is what I've got.
Chuck us all in the van as kids at 7.
Not sure that'd be all right now, but...
Nah, you won't get away with it now. But he literally used to come round on the estates, on our estates in his van.
Yeah.
And just throwing all kids off the estate, like, you know, he was all playing. I was like, get in van, I'll take you boxing. And kids were just jumping in van. And you won't get away with it now.
Yeah.
But everybody knew it was Chizzy, so it was like going boxing with Johnny. He was well respected within the area.
Yeah.
And he took us to the gym, so that was at 7. And then I kind of, me father, like my grandfather, Buller, he was the secretary at the club. So then it got to the stage where he was taking me up then. And I just, like now when you spar as a kid, you've got to be medical carded to even spar. Yeah. So it takes a few weeks, obviously a few months even for get medical carded. I literally went up at first day at gym, John threw me at ring sparring, and he was just in there swinging it, which I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but I just remember getting in there and absolutely loving it, and I kind of just knew that it was kind of my sport, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You were a very successful amateur.
Yeah, I was all right. Could have been better.
Given the circumstances, you were very successful.
Yeah.
But can you explain how you managed to win the 2004 ABAs while you were on the run from the police? What was the circumstances of that?
God, right. So where do we begin? I got out of jail in, I think it was July. Or was it May? I had a 3-month tag. I got out in. Would have been August. I got out, yeah, in 2003. And I was on a tag for a few weeks, and I think it was on my birthday. I think it was my 21st birthday that I was on tag, and I think I ended up cutting it off.
Yeah.
And I was on run for a bit then. And then.
Because you cut it off?
Because I cut it off, they wanted me for that.
Right.
But then I got involved in a stupid fight in a chipper.
Okay, yeah.
Which was daft. It was over frozen chips. It was stupid, honestly. It wasn't me. It was a mate of mine who's a vegetarian.
Mate, yeah. I heard about it, yeah.
And it just ended up a stupid fight. But then I with Danny's name in, my brother.
Yeah. Something that you did quite a lot.
Yeah, and he did it with me. We had no tattoos. Do you know what I mean? So they couldn't tell us apart. Yeah. He used to do it with me. I used to do it with him, and it got to the stage. It was that bad. They didn't know who we were, so they just nicked us both. So he got nicked for me, I got nicked for him on numerous occasions. But I give his name in, and then we got nicked and got charged as him. And then we got bailed, and then they hadn't caught up with me then for me tag. But this case was in and out of court all the time, so the witnesses were going ahead with it, then they wasn't, and it was on and off all the time. So I'd literally, when was it? When
this was 2004.
This was when I won them money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, it got to the stage where they were going ahead with the case.
Yeah.
So I had to move out to my mum's. I was living at my mum's at the time.
Yeah.
And I lived in I was living on my own in a flat in Peasy Cross.
Yeah.
And then the police were around my mum's, then they got onto the fact that I was in Peasy Cross, in a place in St Helens, and then they were like loitering round there for me. And I'd literally be on the phone to Chizzy. Chizzy obviously knew the score, and the police were sometimes outside the flat, and I'm like, John, I can't come yet, mate, you're going to have to hang on a bit because police are there. So we'd have to wait for him, go where to run out, jump in van, and then he'd take me training, drop me off. Yeah, and then it got to the stage where we couldn't do it, so I went living with my mother and father then, my grandmother, grandfather.
Yeah.
And doing the same with them. So managed win the ABAs while on the run, while they were looking for me. But I kept thinking, because I was obviously on warrant for my tag, I was on warrant for this case. And I remember thinking every time I was going boxing, I'm thinking, they've got to show up. Because I was literally fighting.
Yeah, because they would have known you were
fighting. It was in the Echo that I'd won, like Liverpool Echo, St Helens Reporter, and then where I was fighting the week after type thing. So I used to go every show when I was fighting, thinking I'm gonna get nicked here.
Yeah.
But
that's mad because you won it, and like, I mean, I'm kind of gathering that like maybe you didn't feel the pressure of this sort of stuff too much, but like anybody else would have not been able to like compete to a decent level while for fear of being arrested at the same time. Like,
yeah, I suppose so. But it was
maybe showed you had the temperament for the professional game. Like
I don't know what else I could do because I literally I wanted box, and I kind of knew it was my only gateway into a better life. But my past always kept like coming back up, and I wanted to do it, but Johnny, prior to these ABAs, Johnny wouldn't let me go to the gym. Was scrapping all the time around town, just being stupid, getting involved in stupid fights. Johnny said it was bad reputation, giving the gym a bad reputation, so kind of took him a while for him, allowing me get in, but I knew that was my chance to do something with my life, you know what I mean?
I want to talk about, in brief, your 4 stints in prison. Just cover them very briefly. So I've got a quote from each time. Okay, so the first one in Cyprus, in Ayia Napa, when you were in prison there. So this is May 2001, you're aged 18. And you said, when I got nicked, this horrible looking skinny man with dead long, greasy, straight hair had heard about my case and offered to be my lawyer. He looked like a total creep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what were your feelings around that time? I mean, obviously, you're in another country, you've been arrested, you're probably not feeling too great, and then you get this bloke.
Well, obviously, I didn't know how to ban him. I just knew I've always been kind of all right at judging people's characters. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit uncanny, like how we can kind of work people out just by meeting him for a bit, and I just didn't get a good feeling off him. But I literally had no one else to talk to. Was waiting for the British Embassy. Next minute, this lawyer come in and seen me, saying, "Oh, I've worked with the British Embassy. I've been told you've done this." I was an 18-year-old kid. Yeah. So I had a chat with him, and he was just saying, "Have you got any money?" And I went, "Yeah, well, I've got nicked with so much." Like they took what I had, Cypriot pounds, I think it was then. And then, he obviously he took that money. I don't know how he managed to do it, but then we found out, we got a proper lawyer then, and we found out that this fella, whoever he was, this creep, he'd been banned from all police stations in Cyprus apart from Ayia Napa.
Right, okay.
And he obviously got me, but he didn't do me for much, but
what you had, he took basically.
What I had, yeah. So he's proper.
Okay, so that's one.
Kicked me when I was down.
That's one from there. So the second one, Thorncross.
Yeah.
When you set up a kangaroo court because someone had left a massive crap in the toilet.
Yeah. We did a lot of things.
Can you explain this?
It was just you meet some top lads in jail. You do. Not everyone who's there is a bad person.
No,
do you know what I mean?
I got that impression.
And you meet some top lads who I'm still friends with now, lads who I'll still be friends with till they die. And we just so Thorncross there, for example, we was all just, you've got the key to your own door. It's an open jail. Yeah. So you can open the door when you want. Yeah. There's certain times you've got to be in and be in bed by, and you can't be out. But we was just all of us on the landing, and you're seeing a lot of each other, so you get quite pally with each other, and you kind of, your wing or your landing is like yours.
Yeah.
So you want it to be cleaned, you want it to be looking nice, you want it to be smelling nice. You can't have anybody with a scruffy pad on your landing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was like always stuff going on, like, so if somebody went in the toilet and they left something there they shouldn't have done, then we was like, oh well, he's going to have to go in court for this. So there's got to be some
You have to figure out who's done it, basically.
Yeah, figure out who's done it, figure out what penalty they have to. And we just used a laugh between lads. We just used to all get in the toilet and end at landing. And we had a judge, prosecution, a barrister, and they were just all arguing this case about what happened. And then when he was always found guilty.
Of course.
but it was just a good crack. Do you know what I mean? It was just trying to pass our time, just having a laugh.
Yeah. And then number 3, Walton Prison. I've got a quote here, which is, Jimmy padded me every day. I trained like in there, and it didn't take me long to hit 14 stone of solid muscle.
Yeah, God, yeah, I was training a lot in Walton. I ended up with a gym hardly job, but we got Jim a lot. We had a screw on there called Alex Hagan. He looked after us, got us gym all the time. You know, we was on cleaners and laundry, and we was out all the time going to gym.
Yeah.
So.
And would you say that was the sort of moment where, you know, it kind of set you up for going professional, and it got you fit and got you in that routine?
Well, I was training every day. It was kind of like a training camp in a way.
Yeah. You're almost in prison and training camp anyway,
yeah, but that's
except you're actually in prison.
Yeah, but there is you meet some freaks in jail that train every day, and they're fitness fanatic. And we were just training every day, obviously doing weights, and then I was doing pads with Jimmy, and was training like 2-3 times a day. So it got to the stage where, and plus eating as well, didn't have to think about my diet. It gave me time to proper grow them. So I did. I ended up about 14 stone, training every day, coming out and felt fit.
Yeah.
So it was, it was good times. It was time used productively.
Yeah.
You know, and from a negative time in my life, like.
Less kangaroo courts. And number 4, Preston Prison. When you said it was the shortest sentence I'd done, but it felt like the longest because I was so excited about getting out and turning my life around.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had got a bit of a touch, really. Say a touch. I was on licence for a fray, and then I had a fight with a load of doormen in Preston. Just me and an old mate. We're not friends anymore, but we ended up having a stupid fight.
Yeah.
And it was literally over my jacket in a club. It was
jacket.
Yeah, they won't give me my jacket. That was in the club. They turned on my old mate, like, and it was out of order what they did. So we was kind of, I just wanted my jacket outside this club. He won't give it me.
Yeah.
So obviously I've started throwing some bombs.
Obviously.
And then it ended up a big Royal Rumble. So I got nicked for that. So I was kind of like I was on a fray. I was on licence for a fray. I was getting done for a fray again. And I was looking I thought I'd been looking at a decent bit of jail. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we was going to court for it. But then I had this feeling one day that they were just going to remand me. And the bench retired, like, you know, so they took a break.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed to get out of there. So I just said to Usher, like, I said, oh, can I just nip toilet? And they said, yeah. So I went toilet, but then ran off and did one. So then I was on the run then.
Yeah.
So then the police were getting on to me again. I was living at my sister's at this point. She moved in with my mum. I had her house. Her and my oldest nephew, Tom, he was only little then. They moved into my mum's house. I moved into her house. And police got on to me then, so I ended up going Malia, working. Yeah, I was there for 12 weeks, but while I was there, my co-defendant, my old mate, he got nicked, he got charged, but on this video he was only defending himself, which I was as well, but when I come back, anyway, cut a long story short, when I come back from Malia, I got nicked.
Yeah.
When they took me to the court, they couldn't find the CCTV.
Right.
So they give me they can only give me what they give my old mate, which was 2 months.
Yep.
So I got 60 days.
Yeah.
And I was out to do 30, but I was that determined, and that was my chance.
That was the moment.
That was the moment, you know, the light bulb moment where I thought, this is it now. This is where I change my life. If I don't, I'll never do it.
Yeah.
And because I was so hungry to get out and do something positive and really have a go at changing my life, the time just dragged. Plus I just met Gemma as well. So I'd met Gemma a couple of, when was that?
I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I met Gemma a couple of months before.
Yep.
So yeah, I knew there was potentially a good life out there for me.
Yeah, let's talk about your romantic life very briefly.
Yeah.
So you met Gemma, the love of your life, in 2005 in a place called Panama Jack's.
Yeah.
I have a direct quote from Gemma.
Go on.
When I saw him, he looked massive and intimidating, but by the end of the night, we were playing hopscotch in the taxi rank.
Yeah, it was. I'd been out of jail 3 weeks, so obviously I was big. I had a bald head then as well, so I just reckon I looked
So you look like a friendly chap.
I looked like a wrong un. And yeah, she was just. It was mad because this night I didn't want to go out. Me, one of my best mates, Digger, we used to go out literally Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Warrington. Yeah. We went through months of doing this, and this one day I didn't want to go out. It was a Tuesday or a Thursday, and I couldn't be bothered going out. And it was mithering me to come out, and I just said, "Oh no," I said, "I can't be housemates." And he went, "Well, listen, if you come out, we'll be in this breeze bar at 8:30. Yeah, we used to always meet there at 8:30. Get a couple of jugs of vodka, Red Bulls or whatever." And my phone was dead, so I left my phone on charge. Someone was telling me go out, so I just thought, I'm gonna go out. So I got up, jumped in a taxi. Didn't let him know that I was going because I thought they'd been there at 8:30. So got there at 8:30, nobody was there. Thought, oh, here we go. Got nobody's number, don't know what I'm gonna do. 15, 20 minutes passed, still nobody. I thought, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. So then anyway, some lad walked past who I recognised, and he, one of my mates, and I just got chatting to him, and he went, I said, do us a favour, mate, will you phone Digger for me? And he went, yeah, I'll phone him now. He said, come in. He said, I'm taking this, but I'm out on a date with this girl. She brought her mate to come and meet her. Anyway,
You sure it was a date, yeah?
it was Gemma, and she was with a mate who was on a date with this lad. And we just got in there, and I don't know, I just knew straight away. It's easy saying it in hindsight, you know what I mean? But I just knew. There was just something like really warming about her, like, you know what I mean? And she's just a lovely person. I just knew that straight away when I seen her. And she was a little bit shy, you could say. I didn't know why you was intimidating her.
I was going to say you were not shy.
Yeah, but maybe she had like a misconception of me thinking how I looked, and maybe I wasn't the type of person that I was, and we just ended up chatting and getting on and just having a laugh, and we just ended up bladdered, and we was playing hopscotch in town, so we was just being stupid. But it was but that was the day I knew. I knew that obviously I wanted to be with this girl for the rest of my life.
It's a big day.
He said, turning pro, yeah. I said, what weight are you going to be? And he was like, oh, welter. And he just burst out laughing at that. It's a loss I'll never get over, to be honest with you.
Were you really shocked when your opponent came to you and said, would you go easy on me in this one?
I was mad. Right, I need to calm down now. I'm like, Tommy, you fucked it, lad, or whatever they said. Oh.
Martin, the people want to know what happened to the tenant that owed you rent money while we were training in Tenerife.
Unfortunately, you may not have too much use for this gift at this moment in your life, but open it up and have a look.
If you enjoyed the interview, give it a like, give it a share, and subscribe to a guy called Henry.
Or can you actually add at the end, or else I'll...